Hey guys, we are going to start Unit 6, so go ahead and take out your notes. They are in the folder, so you can print those off. Again, if you can't print them off, then email me so I can send you a copy, or I can put a copy at the front desk, and you can come pick them up. Okay, we are going to start with 6.1 today. So this entire unit is over similarity, so similar figures. So we talked about congruent figures. Congruent figures are exactly the same. Similar figures don't have to be exactly the same, so they're not necessarily the same exact size. So when I think of similar figures, I think of like taking a picture on your phone, and then you can enlarge or decrease that picture size, right? So when you enlarge it or decrease it, you are making similar pictures of your picture. So like the face, when you enlarge it, it enlarges so the face doesn't look different, it looks the same, so it's all in proportion. And that's what a similar figure is. So similar figures have equal angle measures. So if I have a triangle here and a triangle here and they're similar, all the angle measures here are going to be equal to angle measures over here, or congruent. However, what may be different is their size. So if this one's a 2, 4, and 6, 2, 4, 5 triangle, side length 2, side length 4, side length 5, maybe this one's a 4, 8, 10 triangle. So I increased all the sizes by a scale factor of 2. Okay. So first thing, a ratio. A ratio is a comparison of two numbers using division. The ratio of A to B, where B cannot be 0, can be written in 3 different ways. We can write it as A to B. We actually use the words A to B. We can write it like this with a semicolon or colon. And we say it A to B, or we can write it as A to B, which looks like a fraction, but is really a ratio, okay? So first thing, simplify the ratio. In order to simplify the ratio, we have to be in the same units. So always check, are my units the same? So are we in dollars and dollars, or are we in dollars and pennies and cents, okay? So make sure that you're in the same unit. So $20 to $5, that would reduce. Think of that as a fraction. So if it was a fraction of 20 over 5, it would reduce down to 5 goes into both. So 5 goes into this 4 times and into that once. If you have the same units, you don't necessarily have to have the units on there. So this is dollar and this is dollar. I can drop them. You can keep them on there though if you'd like to, for others to see it. Remember, I can write that as 4 to 1. Or I can write that as 4 to 1. Okay? 7 feet to 12 inches. This is what I was talking about. We have feet and we have inches. We have to have the same units. So I'm going to change my feet to inches. So always go down to your smaller units. So every foot has 12 inches. So I'm going to do 7 times 12 to get 84. So it's 84 inches to 12 inches. Now once I've done that, I can then reduce it down. So I'm going to take 84 and I'm going to divide by 12. I'm going to see if 12 goes into 84. And it does. It goes in 7 times. So this would reduce down to 7. And 12 goes into 12, 1. So 7 inches to 1 inch. That's not into. That's inches to inch. Okay. So here we're going to do pounds to ounces. There are, I think, 16 ounces in a pound. So I would take 3 times 16, which is 48 ounces, to 10 ounces. And then I'm going to reduce that. So 2 goes into both. My factors of 10 are 1, 2, 5. 5 doesn't go into 48, and then 10. 10 doesn't go into 48. So I'm going to divide each by 2. So half of 48 is 24, so we have 24 ounces to 5 ounces. All right, and then one more. 2 gallons to quarts, 4 quarts in a gallon. So we're going to do 4 times that, which is 8 quarts to 18 quarts. Okay, and then reduce that down. I'm going to divide by 2, so that gives me 4 quarts to 9 quarts. Okay. Solving proportions. So this is kind of a review of what you've done in the past. Okay, so proportion is where you cross multiply and divide. So I'm going to cross multiply that. 6 times 2 is 12. equals 3 times x is 3x. I'm going to divide by 3, so I get x equals 4. Go ahead and pause me, try B and C, unpause me when you're done. Cross multiply and I get 24 equals. Now when I cross multiply here, I need to do 3 times the x and 3 times the 5. So I get 3x plus 15. Subtract 15 from both sides, so I get 9 equals 3x. I'm going to divide by 3, so I get x equals 3. And then on C, same process, 9x times 3 is 27x. 1 times 2x plus 5 is 2x plus 5. Oops. I'm going to subtract 2x from both sides because I want to get that by itself. So I get 25x equals 5. Now be careful on this. Your answer is not x equals 5 because we're going to divide by 25. So x equals 1/5. All right. Use a ratio to find the dimension. A board 28 inches is cut into 2 pieces as a ratio of 3 to 4. So 28 inches. What they're saying is for every 3 inches here, 1, 2, 3, I get 4 inches here. Okay? So what we're going to do on this is we have 3 to 4, right? This is a part and this is a part. But they also gave me that I have 28 inches, which is a total. So a proportion is like this, and we're going to use a proportion here. But you have to have either part to part equals part to part, or part to total equals part to total. So if my total is 28, and I want to know what the 3 part is, let's talk about the 3 part. That means that I'm going to have to do the 3 part to a total. So this is a part to a total. Well, if I'm talking about a total, I'm talking about the 3 to 4. So if I took, for every 3 inches here, I have 4 inches here. So how many total inches is that? Well, that's 7 inches total. That would be 7. So what this is saying is for every 3 inches, for every 7 inches, 3 inches go to this side of the board. If I have 28 inches, how many total inches would that put in my 3 part? Cross multiply. I get 7x equals 28 times 3. Which is 84. I'm going to divide by 7, x equals 12. Okay, let me make sure I did that right. 84 divided by 7, yep, 12. Okay, what that means is that if I have a board that's cut into 3/4, 2 pieces, 3 to 4, every 3 inches on this piece gets 4 inches on this. So another 3 inches, another 4 inches. Okay, another 3 inches, another 4 inches. Okay. What this is saying is this 3-inch piece would actually go to 12. And that is where the cut would make. So I have 28 inches total here. The 3 to 4, this would be the 3 piece, this would be the 4 piece. There are 3, 6, 9, 12 inches total here, which would leave for 8, 12, 16 pieces, or 16 inches total on that piece, which makes sense because we got that x equals 12, 28 inches long, so 28 minus 12 gives us the 16. So each board would be, one board would be 12 inches, and the other board would be 16 inches. Okay, let's try another one. So we have 28 inches long, which is a total, or sorry, 48 inches. That is a total. They're wanting the part out of that total. It's cut into a ratio of 5 to 7. Okay, so that's a part to part, but we want a part to total. So the total is adding those two together. So 5 plus 7 would be 12. Let's say I want my 5-inch part. So for every 5 inches I have on this piece of the rope, I'm going to get 7 on this. So if I had 10 on this one, that'd be 5 and 5. That would make 7 and 7, which would be 14. So 10 to 14. Just increasing that ratio every time. We want to get up to a total of 48 inches. So I'm going to cross multiply. 48 times 5 is 240. And 12 times p is 12p. I'm going to divide by 12, and I get 20 inches. So that means my 5 to 7, my 5 piece would get 20 of the 48 inches. That would mean that the 7 piece, so I would do 48 minus that 20, that would give me 28 inches for that 7 piece. And if this were a ratio, 20 to 28, if you reduce that ratio down, you're going to get 5 to 7. Okay? Go ahead and pause me, and I want you to try C on your own. Unpause me when you're done. So C, perimeter of a rectangle is 154 inches. Okay, so all the way around. The length to width is 10 to 1. Okay. So, but we're talking about perimeter, right? So they're saying, okay, if I have 10 here, I get 1 here. So if I get 20, I get 2. If I have 30, I have 3. If I have 40, I have 4. If I have 50, I have 5. If I have 60, I have 6. 70 is 7. Okay? Now, let's look at this. We want a perimeter of 154, though. Remember, we have to double this. So this is actually 10, 20, 22. So the 10 to 1 is actually equal to 22 total feet. The 20 to 2 would be 20 and 22 and 2, which would be 44 equal feet. 30 and 30 is 60, 3 and 3 is 6, so that'd be 66. This would be 88. This would be 55. No, sorry, this would be 110. This would be 60 and 60 is 120, 6 and 6 is 12, so 132. 70 and 70 is 140, 7 and 7 is 14, that'd be 154. So there is my length and my width. 70-inch length and 7-inch width. Okay, we're going to do one more example on this sheet, and then you'll have another video for the rest of it. So extended ratios. The measure of angles of a triangle are extended ratios. Find the measures of the angles of a triangle. So we're talking about a triangle. Triangle has 180 degrees total, right? So what they're saying is for every 3 degrees in this corner, I get 5 degrees in this corner, I get 10 degrees in this corner. So we need to keep adding these until we get up to 180. So we don't know how many times bigger they are going to be. So that's why we do 3x plus 5x, and we're going to do 10x. But when we do that, it should equal 180 total. So this was 3, this is 5, this is 10, right? Well, that doesn't add to 180. Maybe I'm going to double it. So my x there would be 2. So that'd be 6, 10, and 20. That doesn't add up to 180. So we're going to find x, then we're going to plug it back in to see how many degrees that angle is. So 3, 5, and 10 make 18x equals 180. I'm going to divide by 18, x equals 10. So what that is saying is, in order to get the 180 degrees, we're going to multiply each of these by 10, so that would be 30, 50, and 100. And those are my angle measures, and those add up to 180. All right, next 2. Pause me, try these on your own, and unpause me when you're done. Same way, 1x plus 2x plus 3x equals 180. That is 5 6x's equals 180. Divide by 6, and I get 30. So the angle measures are 30, plug it back in up here, 60, and 90. And that does add up to 180. And then the last one on here, 11x plus 12x plus 13x equals 180. I need my calculator for this. So 11 plus 12 plus 13, that's 36x equals 180. So I'm going to do 180 divided by 36. And I get x equals 5. So I'm going to plug it back in. So we have a 55, a 60, and a 65 degree angle. All right, there is a second video for you to watch for 6.1, guys.